For this project, you're going to be drawing a kaleidoscope. And we've begun the process. We talked about a circle and that a measurement from the center of the circle out is the radius. So our kaleidoscope is going to have radial symmetry. So this is going to be your project. You're going to draw an original kaleidoscope image and layer pattern into it. And it creates a really beautiful design. I've actually started you on this project. The color wheel design that I created for you is the building block to the kaleidoscope. So when you created this project, you've actually done your first step to learning how to do this. And we're going to learn how to use this project to now start creating original designs. What's important here is that you need to understand that design. You need to know how to use it, because now you're going to be asked to do something creative with it, and you're not going to be given step-by-step directions. So you need to take your understanding and be able to do something original and creative with it. So that's what we're going to ask you to do. And so we're going to start this project. And the first step we're going to do is get our paper ready. And the paper you have is the wrong size. Here I've got my paper, and it's 12 inches tall and 18 inches long. That's too big. So we're going to measure it down to a square. It's going to be 12 inches by 12 inches. To do that, I'm going to take a ruler. I'm going to lay it on the edge that's 18 inches, and I'm going to make a mark at the 12-inch point. Now, that's a good start. This is 12 inches along the way, but I don't really know where to put my ruler. So 2 points make a line. So I'm going to do the similar measurement down low. I'm going to put my ruler lower, measure out to 12 inches, and make a dot. And now I have 2 dots that I know are 12 inches from the other edge. So now that I have those, I can lay my ruler on the dot and then line up the bottom of the ruler on my other dot and draw a line. And now what I have is I have a sheet of paper that's 12 inches tall and 12 inches wide. And I'm going to go ahead and just cut that to the right size. So now I'm going to begin my design. And because it's radial symmetry, it's going to really look best if it's in the middle. And so to do that, I'm just going to fold my paper into fourths to find the middle. But here's a trick. I don't really need a crease, so I'm going to fold my paper, and I'm only going to crease it kind of where I think the middle is. So I creased it about this much. I don't need to crease this outer edge. I know that's not going to be the middle. And I'm going to do the same thing going the other way. I'm going to fold it, match up the edges, and then I can just even use a finger to just sort of bend it in the middle. And I'm just creasing it where I think the middle is. I don't need to fold it all the way down here or down here. I'm not going to need that crease. And when I open it, I discover right here is my middle. So we did a design um, and we looked for the middle. So we're going to repeat that design. And here's how we're going to do it. We're going to draw that mandala, that first design, but differently. So I'm going to take my compass and I'm going to work a little bit smaller for sure. I'm going to set sort of a moderate sized circle, set the pointy part in the middle, and draw a circle. And that should be very familiar to what we did. Just for the demonstration, I'm going to highlight it in yellow for you because I know videos can get a little confusing. You do not need to do that. That's just for you. Now I'm going to continue and just use this one radius measurement. And like our color wheel, I'm going to take the pointy part of our stylus. And now, rather than starting in the middle, I'm going to move it out anywhere along the edge, and I'm going to draw that arc. That should look familiar. That's how we drew the color wheel. But we're going to add something new. We're going to draw the arc, and rather than stopping, we're going to draw a full circle. So that's what's new is I have my original circle. I put the pointy part on the edge, and I drew a circle. Now I'm going to repeat that. So I go back to my original circle and see where it crosses through. I'm going to take my pointy part, the stylus, set it on the edge. I'm going to draw that arc through the middle. But this time, instead of stopping like we did for the color wheel, we're going to go all the way through. Think of it like we're drawing petals on a flower. So here's where I drew. Now I go where my arc meets the circle, the original circle. I'm going to put my stylus at that point, and I'm going to draw an arc that goes all the way through, and this time all the way around. Again, that original circle. And again, think of like I'm drawing petals. And my petals go through the center and then all the way around. And I'm not guessing. I now put it right here, right through. Stylus. I'm going to draw my arc, and it's going to go through the middle and all the way around. I put it right here, and I'm going to go through the middle and all the way around. And so you can see that original design we did, and now we have this. What's interesting is that's kind of all you have to know. Now, how do I take something like this and create a kaleidoscope design? This is where creativity and ideas come in. And what you're going to do is now you can change your compass and you can start drawing more circles. Maybe I want to put a circle all the way through this. Everything I'm showing you now is just a suggestion. You're going to start seeing there's a million ways to do this. Now that I've got this started, I could take a ruler and start drawing lines through things. Now that I've got this symmetry, this radial symmetry set up, maybe I'll draw a line through the middle. So I'm going to go through the middle and these petals. My concern as I demonstrate this for you is that if you think you're going to have to follow my exact steps. No, it's like a snowflake. Now that you kind of understand how to find symmetry and pattern inside the shape, you can start playing with it a million different ways. So I don't even know where I'm going. I don't know. Maybe I'll draw a bigger circle. I'm going to start getting even larger. Oh, and maybe another. Maybe I'll make kind of like stripes. Maybe I'll find another point to connect. Maybe now that I have these, I'm going to draw a straight line from here to here. There's no limit to what you can do. And as you do this, you don't have to be able to, draw it again. You just sort of follow where your mind goes. Maybe I'll use these points and these circles, and I'm going to line my ruler up. So I just lined it up here, but this time I'm going to draw lines outward. Let me find that again. So where these sort of shapes, almost like a leaf shape occurs, that's where I'm looking. I'm going to line my ruler. And I am drawing out from those points. And I want it to have radial symmetry, so I'm going to find every place where that occurs and line outward. Did I get them all? Petal, petal, leaf, here, yep. I feel like I'm missing this line. I want to make sure I'm keeping it symmetrical. And so that's how you begin to build your kaleidoscope. And that's how all my samples that I showed you started with. And so there's not one singular way, just like there's not one type of snowflake. But you can see how there was this circular design, this arc that went through it, up and around. And so using that logic, you're going to design your own kaleidoscope image using radial symmetry. And again, the building block for this drawing started with this simple color wheel we did. The next step is, rather than stopping inside the arc, we made almost like a flower petal and continued it around. And then you just start discovering relationships. And that's where you're really showing what you know. Not just that you can follow directions, that's what I was hoping for here, but that now you can take that knowledge and create something new and original. I'm very excited to see what you can do, and I'm very excited to see your colored projects.